future is now as SHUKC Productions presents Atchison versus Sumner Academy. Sumner Academy comes in at 2-3 on the season and have two talented sophomores starting off with our guy Jordan Young. He has shown flashes of brilliance going to the basket and can knock it down from long range. His running partner, Derek Sykes, is not new to the starting lineup and will have to play big for the Sabres to be successful. Atchison obviously remembers him from what he did on this floor last year. This Atchison Redmen team is not like teams of the past, as Washington found out Tuesday night. Joaquin Gill, the talented sophomore, had 22 points, 11 assists in the overtime victory over Washington. Senior Tanner Huntington has brought his senior leadership from the football field onto the basketball court, and he'll be flying all over the place tonight. Don't blink, because little Steph Curry, Jerome Luster, has a very itchy trigger finger from three-point land and will be ready to get loose tonight against the Sumner Academy Sabres. It's cold outside, but it's about to get hot in here at Sumner. SHUKC's basketball game of the week. Let's go.
Good evening. I'm Coach Mo. I'm sitting beside B. Watt. How you doing?
Man, it's a great evening tonight.
It sure is. We're inside the Sumner Academy Gymnasium for Sumner Sabres against the Atchison Redmen. Now, we know that this is SHUKC's high school basketball game of the week to be aired on This TV. Don't forget, I got to tell them first about SHUKC Sports Pass, our radio talk show on ESPN 1510 AM radio every Sunday morning from 9 a.m. This week we'll have Bonner Springs head coach Dan Strite and then Air Force commit from Lansing, Joe Schneider.
All right.
B, let's get straight into it tonight. I got to ask this first. Who are you picking?
Well, being down here at Sumner Academy, I rarely pick them, so I'm not going to pick them tonight.
Okay.
I'm going with the Redmen.
Okay. I just had to see. And once again, you keep looking at my paper. I'm going to have to get over here to the side. Well, you talking about the Redmen. Let's jump right into it.
Okay.
The Redmen are led by two sophomores.
All right.
Joaquin Gill and Jerome Luster. These two sophomores are accounting for a lot of points for this high-powered offense that Atchison are running. We look at Luster, he's at 16 points a game.
Right.
And then we got to talk about what the Redmen did to Washington this past Tuesday.
Well,
Joaquin Gill had 22 points and 11 assists with only 4 turnovers.
a double-double?
A double-double. This is
of.
his second time recording 11 assists in the game.
Wow.
He's averaging 7.3.
Sophomores.
Sophomore combo.
He's their future then.
He is the future. Now, we can't take away from the two sophomores at Sumner Academy.
Right.
They got, you tell me the two sophomores.
Well, we're looking at Derek Sykes, high-power player. He's averaging about 13 points a game, almost 14 points a game. And then you got his sidekick, Jordan Young.
Did I say he came from Arrowhead?
You did not say that, but won't you say it again?
He came from Arrowhead.
Okay.
All right.
And then you got Jordan Run, who's averaging about 8 points a game. So that's the 1-2 punch for Sumner.
That's the battle of the sophomores.
That's right.
This game is dubbed the battle of the sophomores. But let's talk about some X factors.
Okay.
Because it's going to come down to X factors. And I'm looking at the rebounding from Atchison.
Okay.
Atchison's got a rebound. And so if Rashawn Chambers, who's averaging about 8 rebounds a game, and Jarrell Ross can affect the boards like they did against Washington, then they'll have a chance to be very successful today in that high-powered offense. Now we turn around to Sumner.
Well, look at Sumner's X factor, the point guard. Did I tell you that he came from West?
No, but you say it again.
Okay, that's my point guard. He came from West. Just has to control the game. He can't let this defense of Atchison rile him up any. He has to be able to control his offense, get everybody in their place, and get them in position to score.
I also think Johns can't get rattled to try to get in a scoring battle with him. All right, and Diamante Sykes, I got to say something about Hungry Man. He got to affect the boards and protect the basket.
He's got to eat tonight.
Keys, real quick before we got to go. You give me some keys for Sumner.
Sumner's keys is this. They got to control the boards, offense and defense. They have to control the tempo of the game. They also have to limit the number of turnovers that they allow the Redmen to make them have tonight.
Atchison's got to play a high-powered game, transition, get up, score points, and they got to force Sumner to shoot jump shots.
Okay.
All right, I'm Coach Mo. This B. Watson. We're at Sumner Academy for a game in the KCAL against Sumner and the Redmen of Atchison. We're going to send it over to Vernon and David Brox for the game call. We'll see you at halftime.
Crossover Intelligence is a service for coaches and athletes that allows you to upload your team's game film, have it broken down, and return to you in a format that lets you search, sort, and share all that information with your team and staff. Crossover will even automatically extract stats from the footage, giving you valuable analytics for your squad. We'll basically be your video coordinator. We aren't another one of those complex editing suites that makes you do all the work yourself. We do everything for you, so you can focus on actually coaching. All of your team's players get access to the site too, so they can view their tagged videos and use them as a learning tool, or make highlight reels for friends, family, and recruiters. Crossover Intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect.
Gorilla Exteriors is a professional services contractor. They are the only contender when it comes to roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and garage door installation or repair, whether it was from normal wear and tear or storm-related damage. Call Gorilla Exteriors today for an experienced professionals that will complete your project affordably, on time, and at the highest quality and cleanliness. Your property will look better than it did before the damage occurred. Call, text, or email Sean at 913-706-7157 or Sean@GorillaExteriors.com. You can also find them on Facebook by searching for Gorilla Exteriors Contracting, 913-706-7157. David Brox, we're here live, Sumner Academy, joined alongside Mr. Vernon Birmingham. How you doing, Vernon?
Doing well. First basketball game of 2014 for SHUKC.
In the KCAL, I said in the pregame kind of opening dialogue, the future is now. So let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for Atchison, overall record of 4-1. The sharpshooter, Jerome Luster, 5'6", sophomore. Joaquin Gill, double-double on Tuesday against Washington, 22 points, 11 assists. Jarrell Rawls, Rashawn Chambers is going to have to be big up front on the rebounds. Tanner Huntington, the senior, the lone senior on this roster, the quarterback of this team. Let's take a look at Sumner Academy, 2-3 on the season. Jordan Young, Johns Marshall, Darion Bilberry, Diamante, and Derek Sykes. Derek Sykes, second-year starter as a sophomore, coming out now is going to have to be huge tonight for the Sumner Academy Sabres.
It should be interesting. We talk about the guards a little bit. Interesting guard matchups. You know, we know Atchison has the quickness out there as well as the shooters. We'll see how Sumner's guards are able to match up.
Atchison played an overtime game on Tuesday. Sumner Academy was idle at the beginning of the week. Jerome Luster, 2 huge threes in overtime against Washington to get that victory. Very small young man, might weigh about 90 pounds soaking wet, but he can shoot the basketball.
Yeah, I don't want to throw any shade to the young man, but when I saw him earlier, it looked like he's a 6th, 7th grader, but it's apparent he has some game to be able to be a part of the starting lineup. So our officials for this evening, lead official tossing at the ball, Marcus Wills. We also have Chad Waller and Joel Oldrick.
We are set. Diamante Sykes set to tip against the high-jumping, high-riser quarterback, Tanner Huntington. Be very active. You'll see number 33 jumping all over the place. We're set. Ball is up. Sykes claims out top. We'll have to go with Derek and Diamante out top. Huntington guarding. Marshall out top. Man-to-man defense from Atchison. Ball up. Defensive rebound claim. Gill pushing in transition.
You see probably the game plan for Atchison tonight is going to try to get the ball and get up the court, see if they can get a shot up before the defense gets set.
Good move along the baseline. Got a foot on it. Kid's always got his head up looking to get an open shot for his teammates.
We know Atchison likes the up and down play considering they're averaging close to 80 points a ball game early in this year.
Gill triggers. Shot is blocked by Bilberry. Marshall in transition for Sumner Academy. They'll reset with the screen out top. There's Huntington out front. Looking to put it down. Can't do it, but will get fouled by Derek Sykes. Almost a replay of what we saw last year where Derek Sykes was able to put it down against Tyson Downey.
And we see right away Mr. Huntington is not afraid for the challenge. Fast breaks, and I'm going to try to put it down on the sophomore.
Huntington will go to the line for 2 shots, see if we can't get our first points of this ball game. First shot is good. Second on the way from Huntington. Is short. Rebound, Diamante. Sykes, number 31. Marshall put into the front court against Luster. Marshall out top, Bilberry underneath, able to put it in. Nice bucket underneath.
She's showing a little bit of patience under there and was able to find Bilberry cutting to the basket.
Huntington handled a lot, struggled a lot on Tuesday with turnovers against Washington. Sykes, Derek Sykes looking to put on the pressure and see if he can't get in his head early.
You see him kind of extending the defense there early in the ball game, 6:50. We like the aggressiveness, but you also don't want to pick up that second foul, this early in the ball game.
Little weave action. Gill working the sideline, drives baseline. Good pass underneath. Get a foul. Diamante Sykes.
The one thing we're seeing early on is Gill is able to kind of get into the lane at will. He's showing his quickness, had an open shot out there in the corner, but uses that first step to get by the man and find the open man under the basket.
Twice this year, the sophomores had 11 assists. Was key on Tuesday night. As the first free throw is knocked down. Rashawn Chambers, this front line of Atchison rebounds the ball well, all averaging over 5.8 rebounds a game.
Yeah, Chambers himself coming in about 8 and 8. So we know he's the leading rebounder for the Redmen.
Second free throw is up and good. Chambers is a junior. As Marshall pushes up front, Luster token pressure, walking him up the court. Derek Sykes steps back for 3. Good. A little bit of a development from last year. As Joaquin Gill sets out top against Johnson Marshall. Screen.
Tell you what, be able to have a step back like that, there's Arsenal's impressive for the young sophomore.
Big block by Bilberry out top. Marshall pushes into the front court. Can't quite get it. Will be Atchison ball. Tanner Huntington with the hustle. Throws it off at Derek Sykes.
Yeah, we see Sumner try to get the ball and get out and going.
Only game in the KCAL, and we see every other coach in the KCAL here tonight. See this matchup between the surprise 4-1 Atchison Redmen. Nice pull-up jump shot by Luster is good.
You see
these young men do not know anything about the dominance Sumner's had over this team over the past few years. Just Jordan Young, first look at him going to the basket. It's no good on the glass. And we get a travel underneath on Gill. Sumner will keep it underneath.
Yeah, we saw Young able to get in the paint there. As he continues to grow, that's one of them spots he might just want to take the pull up.
We just get a look at Dan Parr on the sideline as Sykes pull up another 3. No good, long. Caught up on the top. Good box out. No call, though.
We see Sykes taking a couple of threes, and I know one thing Coach Parr said he worked a lot on this summer was his jump shot. So you see early in this game, he is not hesitant to put it up.
Got to hope, though, his game is getting to the basket, picking up fouls. If he turns into a jump shooter, become reliant on it as Huntington works off a couple of screens. Nice set, didn't work out. Gill resets out top to Luster. Ooh, big play, look out. Here we go, Derek Sykes up and in.
Sykes with the easy put down. Sumner's doing a good job right now of playing the passing lanes, extending the defense. Atchison can't continue to be lazy with the passes.
Huntington. Again, a little bit more struggle, and that's another foul. Derek Tykes, that's his second.
And we just mentioned that a little bit ago. 2 minutes later, he picks up his second foul, which means potentially he could be sitting down for the rest of the half. I would be surprised if Coach Parr kept him out the rest of the half. But
Andre Feiston, you got to understand that situation and not want to get up on him like that after picking up that first early one.
Especially reaching for a ball that far away from the basket. There's nothing he can do 30 feet away from the basket.
Marshall's done a good job with Gill so far as Luster takes it on the side against Young.
Another
skip
lazy
pass. Missed again, up ahead to Faison. Up, no good, but there is a foul and 2 shots coming up for Andre Faison, all SHUKC performer at the defensive back position for the Sabres this year.
You know, we just talked about Sumner's doing a good job of getting in the passing lanes, and Atchison's just been a little lazy throwing the ball. You can't throw a cross-court pass like that, just kind of lob it up there every time. You know, we talk about Sumner, their athletic ability, but they're also long, as Jay Billis says 1,000 times a broadcast. So you can't be lazy like that with the pass.
First free throw knocked down. We get our first look at Ivan Cushingberry, senior on this ball team. Ball game steps in for Luster in the backcourt. Faison's second free throw to extend Sumner Academy. Up and good. Early struggles. 5 points for Atchison. Just getting their offense started in the first pass. Gill.
We see they're having to start their offense way out. Sumner's doing a good job of pushing it out.
Ball in traffic. It is knocked away, and it will be Sumner Academy ball. Again, maybe first true road test. Definitely the first road test in league. Very good crowd here at Sumner. As Marshall moves into the front court.
Both teams have had to start their offense.
Pull-up, jump shot, free throws, good. Nice-looking jump shot.
That's what you have to do. Take what the defense gives you so far in this ball game. And Sumner is a team that's executing, taking advantage of those opportunities as well as hitting the free throws when they get to the line.
How important is it for Atchison to get off to a good start here? Again, struggling just to get basic passes within their offense. Good time out here by Coach Hall.
I think Coach seeing exactly what you just said. They're just struggling to get the offense going. First road test, and he's going to try to get them together here.
All right, we'll stay here for this timeout. As we take a look at the sideline, Matt Hall, 4-1 on the season so far for the Atchison Redmen, playing well out of the gate, something they haven't done in recent years.
And I just want to say, you know, early in this game, what's key for Sumner, they want to be able to continue to keep the points coming with Sykes sitting on the bench. We saw him with 5 early points. We also seen a couple other players step up and get on the scoreboard. So we'll see if they continue to keep that intensity. More importantly, are they able to keep that intensity going on the defensive end that we saw Sykes do out there to pick up those 2 fouls.
We'll see what adjustments were made here. Again, Sumner pressing the ball out top. Gill struggling a little bit here to get the offense started. Backdoor cut, turnover. Claimed by Simeon Rice first in the game. He could shoot it from out there. No good. Rebound, Faison. Up, good, foul on number 22, Jarrell Rawls. And Faison comes in now with his 4 points and a chance to make it 5 at the free throw line.
Yeah, again, Sumner's doing a good job of taking advantage of the turnovers. We saw them try to go for the back door, probably 2 seconds too late on it. Sumner's able to kind of pack down in the paint and get the steal and more points.
Shot is up and good. Extending the lead now to 9.
They're doing a good job of not only getting turnovers, but making them count.
Good floating jump shot by Tanner Huntington. First time they've even got a shot at basket the way they've been turning the ball over. I mean, getting shots is one thing, but when you're turning it over before you get in your offense, you're struggling. Flex offense, 3 on the way. Good rebound again, Andre Faison. Atchison getting in transition, and Huntington will go back to the free throw line for 2. Offensive rebounds, the story of the game so far for Sumner.
And he's not the biggest guy, but what he's doing a good job of getting position. And that's key. You don't have to be the tallest guy out there, but if you can get inside position, you're going to have that easy lane to the board all the time.
Huntington knocked down his first two, knocks down a third. Braxton Parker, first look at this senior. Number 0 checks in for Sumner Academy. Is Huntington a setup for a second?
So Tanner with 5 points right now to lead the Redmen.
I mean, Parr's got to be thrilled right now that he's got his best player sitting on the bench. As get our first zone look, a 1-2-2 type look. They showed this again, 3-2 look from Atchison. Down low, Bilberry, kick back out, Faison on the way, off the backboard, no good, good box out. Tanner Huntington as Gill pushes into the front court for Atchison.
That's one of those times if Sumner would have just swung it one more time, they would have had an even better look that Faison had there.
Struggling, trapped down on the baseline, knocked out of bounds by Sumner. Stay with Atchison. Gill will trigger it in. Long pass, and let me reclaim. They got lucky a little bit there. Huntington turns around. They'll reset out top with Gill. Screen. Gill now, good move, into the lane, good dump. That's what he did all night Tuesday with a dish.
And that's what he has the ability to do, get into the lane. We've seen it a few times tonight. One of the few times we actually seen points come from it.
Cutting into the league now. They're in that zone. 3-2 look, packing it in, closing out on the sides. Skip pass across to Rice. Bad pass, almost stolen. Faison again short. Again, offensive rebounds. As Bilberry able to get in behind the defense and collect that offensive board in a bucket.
A lot of second and third shot opportunities for Sumner.
Huntington, pull-up jump shot. Good head fake and pull-up by Tanner Huntington.
See the aggressiveness from Huntington. He's the one keeping his team in this ball game right now.
Atchison settling down now a little bit, now getting it to within 5. As we wind down here in the first quarter, Johns, Marshall in the corner. Cross court, Simeon. Rice is good.
Tell you what, he'll keep shooting. Missing a couple of shots earlier.
Simeon Perkins, I apologize, Simeon.
Missing a couple earlier, that does not stop him from putting it up.
I think I was calling him Simeon Rice from Arizona as Gill gets into the lane. Comes across now, nobody looking for it, maybe looking for him to take that shot.
Another turnover. It'd be interesting if see the stats, see how many turnovers Atchison has here in the first quarter alone.
Gill will get a breather here before the end of the quarter as Luster check back in. Again, staying in the zone. One thing, fatigue did play a role on Tuesday night. These top 5, 6 players, as they'll sit out and dribble this quarter out and take the last shot. Perkins pulls up, short. Offensive rebound is no good. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. 21-13, Atchison. I'm David Brock, SHUKC Basketball Game of the Week. We'll be right back. David Brock's back. Sumner Academy. Atchison trailing by 8 points to start the second quarter.
You know, one of the key stats I looked at coming into this game was rebounds, and both teams are averaging 32.
Huntington knocked down the senior.
Both teams averaging 32 points a game, 32 rebounds a game, but right now it's Sumner's offensive rebounds that helped them build this lead.
Turnover. Gill picked up another assist, finding Huntington on the wing. That's the type of shot that might calm this team down and get them a little bit closer.
And Huntington 10 points here in this ball game.
Gill out top. Johnson Marshall's had the task of shutting down Gill so far, or at least attempting to. That's going to be a hold on Faison.
Get another foul away from the basket, not even going towards the rim.
15 foul for Sumner Academy. Just 2 fouls on Atchison so far. Of course, they ain't boxing out or doing anything on the backboard, so that might be the why. It's Gill now again starting the offense all the way out at the half court. Huntington down low. Good move. Thrown out though. Block. Kick back out to Gill. Into the lane. Good block. Jordan Young going the other way now in transition. Loses it on the way up. We call it jump ball. It will be Atchison basketball, I believe. Possession arrow stay with Sumner.
You see the steal there by Young. Aggressiveness to the basket. Didn't have much to go, but right now, Sumner has been the more aggressive ball team.
Diamante Sykes takes it out top. Johnson Marshall, pull up, jump shot. Short, good rebound, boxing out now is the Atchison Redmen who are moving in transition with Gill. Again, struggling just to get that first pass in the offense. Gill dribbles all the way down to the baseline. A lot of dribbling, not a lot of passing. His team is getting struggling.
Got an offensive foul out there on the perimeter.
Gill called for the push-off. I mean, they did not make a single pass in that possession. A team that passes the ball real well. Sumner's defense.
So Chambers with the moving screen out there on the perimeter.
Oh, that was not on Gill?
No, Chambers. They got him out there on the screen.
He's got number 5, Brandon Byers. Checks in for Sumner Academy. As Derek Sykes comes back into the ball game, kicks it out to Perkins. Long rebound is no good. Luster, nice move to keep it going. Pull-up jump shot is off rim. Rebound, Perkins. Coming the other way with Byers. Diamante Sykes will pull 3. Off long, Luster. The little one getting some action underneath on the boards is Gill. Looks to get in the lane. Good move, step through. And they will call a foul.
Nice step through there by Gill. A little change of direction. He's able to get in there to the lane. We've seen him get to the lane a few times, but it's only 2 points that we've seen off of it so far this game. But again, now we're seeing that aggressiveness. They need to get, they're 1 foul away from being in the 1-and-1, so they need to continue to get to the basket, see if they can get to the free throw line.
Luster 16 points average in each game. Only gotten a 1 bucket so far. Jordan Young shadowing him all over the court. Luster thought about it there. Good pass cross court through Huntington. Pull up, there's Luster for 3. No good. Rebound by Byers.
That's one of the difference. Atchison's been winning out every time.
Sykes, another pull-up jump shot is Gill up ahead, leaking out. Ooh, pinned on the backboard by Derek Sykes. Timeout, Sumner Academy.
I think that's
you saw that coming.
I think that's going to make a highlight reel of some sort.
Let's run through our sponsors real quick today. This ball game, as you see here on This TV, Gorilla Exteriors Contracting. Providence Medical Center. Murphy's Roofing Inc. SHUKC of Kansas City. We can start talking about it right now, Vernon. All-Star game coming up after the season. KCAL versus the KVL. Maybe getting a look at one of our All-Stars tonight. A couple of them. We pick a senior from each team to play in the game. Tanner Huntington making his case right now. Diamante Sykes. Simeon Perkins. As Atchison sets up some pressure in the backcourt. Jordan Young sliding, almost stolen. Sykes moving to the basket, up, no good. Another offensive rebound. Diamante Sykes back up and good.
You know, we don't call Sykes' name enough, but he does all the dirty work.
Huntington diving through the lane, not able to put it home though as Sykes dribbles into the front court. Move along the baseline, stepped on the baseline. That'll be a turnover.
I still like the aggressiveness that we see from Sykes, you know.
You might have thought that he was falling in love with a jump shot. Now, last 2 times he's gone to the
I
basket.
was just about to say, you know, after taking a couple of jump shots early, you know, he's able to show the ability to get to the basket. So being able to kind of work both sides. I would even like to see him even post up a little bit more, considering he has good size. He has a good frame on his body.
Gill set now. Huntington. There's Luster open for 3. No good.
1 and out.
Byers coming back the other way for Sumner Academy. Cushenberry on the court now with Luster, Gill, Huntington.
See a little bit of a 1-2-2 look here in this zone.
That's a walk. Turnover, back-to-back turnovers by Derek Sykes.
Still see the aggressiveness, though. You know, you shouldn't be able to just go right down the middle in a zone like that.
Rawls triggers into Gill. Again, Atchison hanging around so far. Huntington out top now working against Sykes. Good crossover all the way to the lane, up. We'll go back to the free throw line. And you talk about the aggressiveness of getting to the basket. Huntington showing it down here on this side of the floor.
You know, what we saw there was Coach Hall seeing that matchup advantage that Huntington had there. Kind of called it out for him to get the ball there on the perimeter and just go one-on-one and use, you know, this speed to get to the basket.
Huntington, first miss from the free throw line.
So that's where he needs to be able to take advantage of those. You know, he's been to the line a few times. That's his second miss.
Huntington, second free throw coming. Way off. Saw this on Tuesday. He fought a little bit with fatigue. I mean, he plays 100 miles an hour and hadn't been out of the game so far.
But, I mean, to be honest, we didn't see him come off the field much in the football as well. We saw him on the offense as well as on defense and special teams.
Bilberry stepped right into a jump shot. Nice looking shot.
Confident in that shot, kept it up for the world to see.
Darion Bilberry.
6 points.
Gill. The lead is up to 9.
Good defense.
Good move. They will call that a travel.
Which I don't think was, but we don't get paid. We only get paid to broadcast the game, not official as well.
Sumner now ratcheting down the defense on this team, scoring, as Vernon said. Sykes to the basket. Good block.
With the block.
Good block.
But that's a good job by Young there, finding a way to get the ball to the middle of the floor in the directional pass, and they took advantage, they were able to get to the basket.
A little payback. What you can do, I can do, says Mr. Huntington to Sykes after that early block to start the game out. Derek Sykes at the free throw line, sophomore. Nice looking jump. Free throw shot there. Good form as well on that jump shot. You could tell he put some work in. Last year was kind of a mid-range jump shot, but as it obviously extended it out to 3, and still real aggressive getting to the basket.
Yeah, we see at least, we talked a lot about Sykes not playing football this year, but we see that he took advantage of that time and got better in the gym.
First time now, double-digit lead for the Sumner Academy Sabres. Atchison struggling mightily to score the basketball right now.
Again, they just need to continue to be aggressive and go towards the rim. They're in the bonus right now, so if they get aggressive, it's backcourt. Didn't know where he was.
Unforced error. We've been talking about it the whole time. Having to start your offense just inside the half-court line, you put yourself at a little bit of a disadvantage. Maybe push the ball up a little bit and get into the front court before you start your offense.
Well, you know, one thing Sumner's doing a good job as well is getting back, not allowing them
Sykes crosses. Cushenberry able to pull away, but Jordan Young again tie up and they'll stay with Atchison. Jerome Luster will trigger in. Atchison desperate now for a basket as we head towards halftime. Gill into the front court, all the way to the bucket.
Good help by Young.
You can tell that it's scouting. I was up at the game. Block up and good, Derek Sykes.
That's a good move right there by Sykes.
You can tell that, I mean, again, I was up there with Coach Parr at the Atchison game and kind of listened to their thought process as they were scouting the game. Obviously, they told their players of what Gill's going to want to do once he gets into that lane. Challenge him in the lane, and then watch for that dump off. He's going to be looking.
Yeah, and the other 4 defenders are doing a good job of, getting a foot in the lane and being able to help out whatever Gill does get in there.
Sykes now looking to complete the three-point play. It's up and good.
So Coach Parr sees a good opportunity here to get the young man on the bench with those 2 fouls, considering he has a 14-point lead now in this ball game with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. No reason at all to risk him picking up that 3rd foul.
Gill now working in quiet game so far for the young guards at Atchison. Cushenberry into the lane, spin move, big block, Bilberry. Johns Marshall, good pass. Up ahead, Gill. Huntington's up front by himself. Will get fouled by number 13 for Sumner Academy, Sean Rainey. Sean Rainey we saw on the football field too, had a good season at linebacker. Tanner Huntington, familiar place for him at the free throw line. They need these, Vernon.
Yeah, he's missed his last couple.
First free throw, no good.
Now missed his 3rd in a row.
Yeah, you might played the whole first half so far. Second free throw is going to be long and off again.
So 3 from 7 from the line for Huntington here.
Marshall all the way into the lane. Floater is good.
The floater, when you can get the floater in your arsenal.
Akeem Gill. Cushenberry left wide open. Not even looking for his shot.
Again, look how far out they are with the basketball.
Not even guarding Cushenberry. Pull up 3 is no good.
That's
I'm seeing it now, maybe the focus on the 2 guards, almost a triangle in 2 look.
One of the few opportunities Atchison has in this ball game to get an offensive rebound. And of course, we see Huntington in the mix there.
You have to keep in mind to see if Joaquin Gill and Luster are being followed around on the court here by the Sumner Academy Sabres.
From the line.
Jordan Young out top, working against Gill. Pull back out and run a little bit of clock here from Sumner. 16-point lead for the Sabres. Bilberry step right into the jump shot again is off. Gill now looking to get in transition.
Probably not the shot that they wanted.
Huntington all the way to the basket, charge.
See, I don't know if Sumner keeps those stats. But I was looking at that earlier, and I was wondering, has Sumner not taken a charge this year? If they keep him and don't put him on the stats, then okay. But if they do, that might be the first charge Sumner has taken.
3 fouls for Tanner Huntington.
I mean, look, charges, drawn, 0. So I don't know, they just don't put him on here. But if not, somebody might get a game ball.
I mean, even when Atchison's doing something good, Sumner Academy is there to take it right back away, set up the trap, get it blocked down, turnover, up ahead.
Got away with the walk.
Almost got away with it. Definitely got away with that walk. They
See
set
how
up the
Sumner's
pressure.
handle the pressure.
Jordan Young, another offensive rebound for Sumner. There's a foul, and they'll get a couple of free throws now as Atchison might be able to string together a couple of points here before the end of the half. Mr. Rawls, Jarrell, the junior, will go to the free throw line for Atchison. They missed their last 4 or 5 free throws.
Yeah, Huntington's missed 4 in a row himself.
First free throw is good.
So they're able to make a little bit of dent in this lead now. They can maybe try to create another turnover.
Second free throw is good. They set the pressure up one more time, and this might be a familiar thing of what we're going to see in the second half as they try to get back in this game. Bilberry, quick shot here with 16. Jordan Young probably looking for one shot as they do reset out top with Marshall at 8. Marshall all the way in the lane. Batted away. In 2 seconds, Marshall will get a shot off. That would have been good.
So
We're at the half.
A little sloppy end of the first half there for both teams.
All right, this is David Brox. We're at halftime. We'll be right back with Moses and Brian Watson.
Murphy & Sons Roofing Incorporated is a family-owned and operated business for 3 generations that has served the Kansas City Metro since 1948. Specializing in all types of residential and commercial roofing products, including re-roofing, repair, maintenance, tear-offs, hot tar, single-ply membranes, and composition shingles. At Murphy & Sons Roofing, with our experience, quality service, and honesty, we're fully equipped to meet your individual needs in roofing and guttering services.
When minutes count, you can count on Providence Medical Center, part of a national top 15 health system. When you walk into our ER, within minutes, you'll be receiving expert care from a board-certified doctor. At our accredited chest pain center, experienced cardiologists use the latest technology to give you the best care possible. And our cardiac rehabilitation staff will guide you step by step to a new, healthier you. Providence Medical Center. Expert care close to home.
Crossover Intelligence is a service for coaches and athletes that allows you to upload your team's game film, have it broken down, and return to you in a format that lets you search, sort, and share all that information with your team and staff. Crossover will even automatically extract stats from the footage, giving you valuable analytics for your squad. We'll basically be your video coordinator. We aren't another one of those complex editing suites that makes you do all the work yourself. We do everything for you, so you can focus on actually coaching. All of your team's players get access to the site too, so they can view their tagged videos and use them as a learning tool, or make highlight reels for friends, family, and recruiters. Crossover Intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect.
And we're back. It's the halftime game of SHUKC's high school basketball game of the week on This TV. We're at the house that Springs built.
Yes,
We're at Sumner Academy, where Sumner's up 32-20 on the Atchison Redmen. Now, we would have been back a little sooner, but B had to get his hair together. The makeup artist is not here right now, so we took a little bit of time.
You know, it takes time for perfection.
It takes time for perfection, baby. B, let's talk about this first half. You came in and you looked at my paper and you said you weren't picking Sumner.
Right.
And then Sumner comes out on a run. And it started with Mr. Sykes, Derek Sykes. He started with very strong play, got a dunk, but then he got in foul trouble and had to sit down.
Real
early. But he ended with 10 points at half.
Right.
Let's talk about what we've seen so far.
Well, what I noticed in this game, Coach, is that, like I said in the beginning, Sumner has to control the boards. And right now they're looking at 7 defensive rebounds and 5 offensive rebounds, which is huge in this game. They controlled the boards the way I thought they should, and they got a 32-20 lead right now.
What I got to say, B, is what I really got to talk about is your boy, Josh Marshall. He is really controlling the game for Sumner Academy. He has not got rattled. He's made sure that Joaquin Gill and Luster do not fluster him.
Right.
He stayed there, and he's driving the car very good for a point guard.
They've been pestering to him, but he's, like you said, he's behind the wheel. He's navigating everybody into their correct spots. He's getting everybody in the right position, and they're scoring the ball.
It almost looks like Atchison looks a little overwhelmed a little bit. Like they came in thinking that they were just going to breeze through this one, but it hasn't been that way. Now, the good part, Tanner Huntington, he's 10 points. Rawls, 4 points. So it's not over for them. They just got to get something going. The sophomore combo hasn't done much for Atchison.
Right. Well, what I always say is first half means nothing. Just means you're going to halftime with the lead if you have the lead. Can you continue that same pace, that same scoring? Because Sumner shot real well in that first half. They shot a high percentage in the first half. Can they continue that in the second half?
Faison, he come up big for them with 7 points off the bench. When Sykes went to the bench with foul trouble, he came right in with 2 putbacks and knocked down all his free throws to give him 7 points at halftime.
He actually has 2 of those 5 offensive rebounds.
He does. Now, this is what I got to talk about. One of the keys for me for Atchison, as I talked to them, is they had to get transition going.
Right.
They're not been able to do that so far in this game. The defense of Sumner has been great.
Yep.
And I got to attest it to my brother, Boo. He's over there on Sumner's bench. He's over there on Sumner's bench, and he's working with those point guards.
Right.
And he's got them making sure they don't get flustered, they don't get beat by those 2 high-powered guards from Atchison.
He's got their heads cool right now.
Yeah.
They're understanding the game, that it's a patience game. Patience is key. If you're patient with the ball, our offense will convert.
I think Parr, head coach for Sumner, he's going to make sure they stay high intense and come back out ready to go.
Right.
They got to forget the first half, 0-0, come out, win 2 more quarters. Now on the other side, Coach Hall, what does he got to tell the Redmen?
They had 8 turnovers in the first half. We have to take care of the ball a lot better this half than we did the first half. And let them know, they shot a heck of a game the first half. We're not going to worry about that. What we're going to do is play our game. If we got to run, let's run. But if we got to slow it down, let's slow the car down a little bit and run our offense.
While we were off camera, we were talking about one of the stats about the free throws. They made 7 but shot 12.
Right.
And they started out perfect from the line.
Correct.
I think it was 5 for 5 coming straight out.
That was correct.
And then they went cold. They've got to make sure that they hit their free throws.
Freebies. You got to hit the freebies.
You got to. You got to hit the freebies.
Free
Nothing else
throw.
that you can do. It's free throw. You're all right. Now, we got to go ahead and make sure that we get the game back to David and Vernon. But before we do, I got to talk about this. We haven't gave our picks for the KCAL League. So let's give them on air. I want to keep you on there.
I'm listening.
I'm going to go ahead and say I chose Washington. I'm picking Washington to get it back together when they get all of their players together from eligibility, back playing. I think they'll be a high power and they'll make another run for the league.
Well, I like the Bulldogs, so it's a toss-up between them and this school right here, Sumner Academy. I don't think Washington's going to fulfill their dreams like you think they are.
Okay. Well, and this is it. We'll send it back to David and Vernon for the second half call.
All right, we're set. Second half action. Sumner Academy will have the ball. We'll see if Atchison has got a run in them here. Down 12 to start the second half. Sykes drives baseline against Huntington, who has 3 fouls. They'll call it out of bounds.
See, that's one of those, we know Sykes is still learning a little bit, but that's one of those times he could have just went up on the same side of the basket that he was on.
Trying to get a foul.
Yeah, he instead went to the other side and tried to throw up the left hand. Reverse shot, ended up on top of the backboard. So we see
Sykes will come off the court here. Maybe Not maybe, took one in a not so nice place. Mr. Gill set the offense now. Huntington looking to work.
But we still see they're having to start their offense way away from the basket.
Gill, nice pull-up jump shot over Diamante Sykes.
First bucket of the ball game for Gill.
Johnson Marshall working against Luster. Huntington now with Faison back in the game, who had a good first half turnover. Gill in the open court now, able to get into the lane, up and good. Back-to-back buckets by Joaquin Gill Jr. Johnson Marshall now moving into the front court. Now Sumner struggling. Marshall.
See a matchup there. See if they take advantage of it.
Did not. They had Diamante Sykes underneath. He's able to get the offensive rebound, back up and good.
So they didn't get the basket there when he had the matchup, but because he did have that size advantage, he was able to get inside position there and easily grab the rebound and get two.
Luster, block, but a foul. Jerome Luster will go to the free throw line. Looks like it will be on Mr. Bilberry picking up a foul. Atchison struggled in the first half from the free throw line. Let's see what Luster is from the free throw line here. First is up, good, nice looking shot.
Luster Jr. When they put Junior on there, I'm going to start recognizing that. In fact, you should start calling me Vernon Birmingham Jr., like my birth certificate says.
Your dad had a birthday here this week.
Yeah, today, in fact.
Shout out to Papa Birmingham.
Papa Birmingham, but make gifts in my name, push off for Young. So again, defense.
Not what Sumner was looking to do here. Atchison, best case scenario now. If they can string together some buckets, can get back into this ball game. Gill with 2 buckets here in the second half. But again, still starting the offense very far out. Can't even get that first pass as Huntington.
But what it is, they're trying to get that first.
There's the first knockdown. It don't take him long to get that shot off, and Parr takes that timeout to try and stop this run. 34-28.
By Luster.
We'll be right back. Gorilla Exteriors is a professional services contractor. They are the only contender when it comes to roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and garage door installation or repair, whether it's from normal wear and tear or storm-related damage. Call Gorilla Exteriors today for an experienced professionals that will complete your project affordably, on time, and at the highest quality and cleanliness. Your property will look better than it did before the damage occurred. Call, text, or email Sean at 913-706-7157 or Sean@GorillaExteriors.com. You can also find them on Facebook by searching for Gorilla Exteriors Contracting, 913-706-7157.
Murphy & Sons Roofing Incorporated is a family-owned and operated business for 3 generations that has served the Kansas City Metro since 1948. Specializing in all types of residential and commercial roofing products, including re-roofing, repair, maintenance, tear-offs, hot tar, single-ply membranes, and composition shingles. At Murphy & Sons Roofing, with our experience, quality service, and honesty, we're fully equipped to meet your individual needs in roofing and guttering services.
All right, David Brock's back. SHUKC's basketball game of the week here on This TV. Brought to you in part by Gorilla Exteriors Contracting, Murphy's Roofing, Inc., Murphy's & Son, Providence Medical Center, SHUKC of Kansas City, and the 2014 KCAL All-Star Game coming up here in April.
You talk about Atchison's having problems getting to their offense, but when we continue to see they're trying to get both guards to kind of pop out there on the screen, but they're not getting the screen set. So there's no screens, so they keep having to go back down and reset.
So we saw this at the end of the half. Pressure set up by Atchison. That's a walk and another turnover by Sumner Academy. Adjustments made at the end of the half, just before half. And Coach Matt Hall now makes the call early here in the third quarter to start putting a little pressure on Sumner.
And one thing we've seen is the guards of Atchison have been able to score some points here in this third quarter.
Gill working against Marshall again out top. Screen out top, he turns it down. Gets to the baseline. A lot of dribbling by this offense. Finally a swing as Huntington out top takes a screen. Luster. Young locked him up so far. Takes the screen now, may have a mismatch now. Drops it down. Shot up and good. Atchison now on a run.
Good recognition there. Seeing the matchup and taking advantage of it. Getting it down there right away. And not only did he get it right away, but he turned and made a move to the basket right away rather than sit there and hold it.
4-point ball game was 12 as Atchison now locking down here in the second half. We talked about Atchison in the first half not being able to get their offense started. Sumner here struggling to do the same as another offensive rebound. Bill Berry.
Right place at the right time for Bill Berry. Again, Sumner's doing a good job of getting inside position there.
Luster working out top. Good pass underneath. No good. Rebound, Bill Berry. Drops it to Marshall now with a 6-point lead. Looking to extend it back out as Atchison got it to 4. Young for 3. Way long. Out top and go out of bounds. It'll stay with Sumner. A little bit of nerves there by the sophomore.
Yeah, open shot, good look. So right now when Sumner's looking to hold on to this lead, want to take advantage of that open shot.
Inbound now, Marshall. With Faison, Perkins. Faison will pull up. Short, Luster now. 2-on-2 coming the other way, no numbers. He will pull a 3. Short. Sloppy by Sumner. Good pass underneath, good. Bucket finish. Number 23, Rashawn Chambers, the junior.
Told all the time, don't save the ball under your basket. Makes it an easy offensive opportunity for the other team. And we see Atchison there with a 4-on-1.
Bill Berry over to Faisano, pull again. Good for 3.
Big shot for Faison.
Gill in transition in the lane. Gets body, shot up, and we'll get 2 shots. Gill will go to the free throw line.
What we've seen so far, third quarter, the way Atchison's been able to get back in this game is the defense. Been able to turn those steals into points, as well as the guards.
Well long, no good. Atchison losing it at the free throw line.
They're showing a little bit more aggressiveness here in the third quarter.
Second free throw is going to be long again. Empty possession there for Atchison as Marshall will dribble into the front court against Luster. Faison open for 3 again. Off rim.
But again, even though jump ball and the possession will go to Atchison.
But still, Bill Berry was there in position.
Bill Berry, that inside position, is able to get his hands on it first. Let's see.
Refs talking about it here.
Yeah, Wills and Waller having a conversation.
Checking the score there, but we're good, 39-32. We can confirm that score thanks to Mr. Dennis Murphy. Joaquin Gill working to get it into the front court. Josh Marshall has done a real good job. That's going to be a foul on Gill.
Tried to do the dribble handoff and kind of kept going and ended up turning into a moving screen.
Another empty possession for Atchison.
Kind of like that pick play we see a lot on the football field.
I was just thinking that.
Well, that means good minds think alike.
Young. John Marshall into the corner for Perkins. Perkins, pull-up jump shot. Rebounded by Atchison. You would think that they'll be ready to run as Gill kind of pushes it a little bit into the front court. Huntington loses it out of bounds. Will stay with Atchison as Faison kicked off his foot.
I don't think it touched his foot. I think Huntington just kind of lost it on the dribble through the leg. But you'll be able to see tomorrow at 3 p.m. on This TV.
Luster. Good job there by Gill, letting it get into the backcourt instead of putting itself against the back line. Again, this defense, very stiff defense from Sumner, not letting them get their offense started. Now is Luster working against Bilberry. High arcing shot is no good. Good challenge by the big men of Sumner Academy. Young in the lane, pull up. No good. Luster up front now with room. We'll see if he pulls up top. Gets it to Huntington, who will take three. No good. Go back to Sumner. Quick pull there by Tanner Huntington.
Up and down for both sides. We see Young get the rebound, take it up, and take a jump shot. Huntington comes down, does the same thing.
Johns Marshall now walking it into the front court. We've not seen Derek Sykes back in the game so far since he came out with that injury out top. Marshall gets into the lane, floater up and good. Done that a couple of times tonight.
Marshall loves the floater.
Back up to 9. Huntington catches underneath. Good finish, Tanner Huntington.
Good job by Huntington collecting his body, getting his feet set and going up with the shot.
Assisted by Gill. Marshall, another shot in the lane.
Bilberry.
Another Bilberry again. Not able to finish
and
now.
What he didn't do, he didn't gather his body like we saw Huntington do on the other side.
3 on 2 in the lane, up, foul, no good, can't finish. He'll go to the free throw line where they have struggled.
Yeah, so we saw the other end. Huntington did a good job of getting the tough pass and actually getting himself gathered and going up for it. And Bilberry had a good offensive rebound, kind of went up a little quick and wasn't able to get the angle that he needed in order to put that down.
Sykes now looking like coming back to the bench as Gill knocks down a free throw to see if he's ready to come back into the ball game.
After missing the first couple of free throws, Gill's able to knock that one down.
And he will check in. Derek Sykes now coming back into the ball game for Jordan Young. Second free throw on the way from Gill is good. Atchison looking to go small now as Cushenberry comes in there looking to set this pressure up. 1-2, 1-1. Sumner will start out, come out for a cross. Marshall right into the corner to get trapped. They'll take a timeout.
So, of course, what you don't want to do there is get the ball in the corner and just hold it. You should set yourself up to get trapped.
We'll take the break with them. We'll be right back. All right, David Brock's back. Sumner Academy for our first look at the KCAL teams. First game saw Mill Valley against Piper. Mill Valley struggled a little bit since that ball game. Took a nice little beating at the hands of Lansing on Tuesday night.
My man, I got to think of a nickname now for Mr. High Riser, Khalil Bailey. Soon I turn on the game, he's putting it down.
Underneath, bad pass, almost a turnover. Again, Sumner struggling with that pressure from Atchison, who backs up now. Comes into the half court, man-to-man. Rainey. Gill picks up a cheapie.
Again, nothing frustrates me more than a player picking up a foul that far away from the basket when the offensive person is even looking to score the basketball.
Looking to get Gill with 106 remaining here in the quarter. A little bit of extra rest and getting ready to go for that fourth quarter. They have cut into this lead, so a little bit of success here, getting it down to 5. Sykes all the way to the basket, will get fouled.
Yeah, I mean, actually got it all the way down to 4 at one point, but they've had opportunities, just haven't taken advantage.
A staple of Mr. Dan Parr. I won't say much about it, Coach. That last play to Sykes. As he'll go to the free throw line, 2 shots.
Sykes still sitting at 10 points. What he had at the half. We saw him spend quite a bit of time.
Rick, he looked like he was limping a little bit too.
On the bench here this quarter with the little below that he took earlier.
Second free throw on the way, 103. Don't want to be empty here as this team has got it down to 4 a couple of times, sitting at 5, and the free throw is good. Luster will handle the point guard duties against Johnson Marshall, who's been very good out front on defense. Luster gets it started to Cushenberry, makes a move baseline, up, gets fouled. Good aggressive drive by Cushenberry.
Yeah, good job by Cushenberry. He kind of took that first step right, like he was going to use the screen and went baseline.
Team foul set at 5 for Sumner Academy. Just 3 fouls for Atchison, who's had a couple of opportunities here at the free throw line to get some cheap ones. All right, I'm done. I said this earlier in the week, done calling them free throws. I'm going to start calling them uncontested jump shots. Nobody takes advantage of the free part of that very often. Atchison really struggling from the free throw line tonight. Second free throw is no good.
Pick up a cheap one there.
Missed the free throw on compound matters by picking up the foul on Cushenberry. Number 15, Clifford Johnson, senior, set to check in.
We've seen the last couple years their only teams start hitting free throws about April, May. So we're going to see Sumner get the ball here. They're going to try to get the ball to the middle as soon as they can.
That's where you right into the corner. It's kind of right into the trap. Marshall, another trap out top. They do get it into the corner. Byers are dribbling back out. 3 on the way. No good. Not a lot of scoring on the floor right now for Atchison. Real odd to see Gill and Luster out of the ball game, and they're struggling right now to get some offense started. 15 seconds remaining as Cushenberry comes out top. Seven. Again, you don't know where the scoring is going to come from. Underneath, no good, and they don't even get a shot up there at the end of the possession. We're at the end of the third quarter, 42-36. This is David Brox alongside Vernon Birmingham. We'll be right back.
When minutes count, you can count on Providence Medical Center, part of a national top 15 health system. When you walk into our ER, within minutes, you'll be receiving expert care from a board-certified doctor. At our accredited chest pain center, experienced cardiologists use the latest technology to give you the best care possible. And our cardiac rehabilitation staff will guide you step by step to a new, healthier you. Providence Medical Center, expert care close to home.
Murphy & Sons Roofing Incorporated is a family-owned and operated business for 3 generations that has served the Kansas City Metro since 1948. Specializing in all types of residential and commercial roofing products, including re-roofing, repair, maintenance, tear-offs, hot tar, single-ply membranes, and composition shingles. At Murphy & Sons Roofing, with our experience, quality service, and honesty, we're fully equipped to meet your individual needs in roofing and guttering services.
Crossover Intelligence is a service for coaches and athletes that allows you to upload your team's game film, have it broken down, and return to you in a format that lets you search, sort, and share all that information with your team and staff. Crossover will even automatically extract stats from the footage, giving you valuable analytics for your squad. We'll basically be your video coordinator. We aren't another one of those complex editing suites that makes you do all the work yourself. We do everything for you, so you can focus on actually coaching. All of your team's players get access to the site too, so they can view their tagged videos and use them as a learning tool, or make highlight reels for friends, family, and recruiters. Crossover Intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect.
David Brock's back, Sumner Academy here on This TV. Be sure and check us out on the radio Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Is the Nature Boy going to be on the radio this weekend?
I think the Nature Boy is scheduled to make an appearance.
Went and talked to the 49ers. Down low, Diamante Sykes turns in the lane. Up, no good. Gets his own offensive rebound. Still can't finish. Sumner owning the offensive boards, but they are able to tie up, and Atchison will get the ball back now with the opportunity.
Good looks there for Diamante. I'm sure he will.
It took him a second, but he eventually turned around and made a nice little shot. Now Sumner now set up some pressure. They will get it into Gill, who will wave him off, and Johnson Marshall will give him some pressure. Walk up the court. Cushenberry into the lane. Calling for a travel. I didn't see it. They will call a foul. 16 foul on Sumner Academy. The next one will put them into the 1-and-1.
But again, good things happen when they go towards the basket with the rock.
Gill set to trigger it in. He does get it in to Luster. Steps through.
They got him with the walk there.
We'll see if Atchison sets this pressure up. And what's killed me here for Sumner is that they've gone right into the corner where they want to get that first trap.
Well, that's where ideally where you want to get it, but you can't hold it. Got to keep them all moving.
Perkins.
And try to get it to the middle as quick as you can.
Marshall out top working against Cushenberry. Help defense by Tanner Huntington with a switch. They'll bring back out now as Sumner Academy's being very patient now. Setting their offense. Byers in the corner to Perkins. Derek and Diamante Sykes not in the ball game. They're running a little bit of clock here. Flex look here for Sumner Academy. Cleared it out.
Gonna get them moving.
Key foul now there for Atchison shooting free throws now here early fourth quarter. They continue to be aggressive. They can get to the free throw line. As Sumner sets up pressure. Again, a token look now, not doing anything out of it. Gill hand off to Luster. Gill on the baseline. Cushenberry into the lane, loses it. Faison clears, coming back the other way, 2-on-2. Byers underneath, he'll reset out top to Marshall. In the lane, up and good. Johnson Marshall with the touch. Might have twisted an ankle back here, he's down. Dan Parr complaining a little bit, had his man down here in the backcourt, but they couldn't stop the play. Jordan Young will come in for Johnson Marshall, who's had a very good game. How many has he got now, Vernon?
Yeah, they can't stop the ball whenever somebody's going to the basket. Marshall sitting on 8 points now. All of them floaters or scoops.
Gill will trigger in for Atchison now. Need a bucket. Huntington. Block. Bilberry. Faison all the way to the basket. He'll get fouled. And we'll take 2.
Good block there by Bilberry. I think by the time the block was done, that's when we saw the contact there.
Don't need a technical here by Atchison coach Matt Hall. Very upset on the sideline. A lot of contact after the block, though, of Huntington. Faison's free throw was good. Quietly, they pushed this lead back up to 9 points as Atchison's hit another one of their lulls.
Faison's had a solid game, just knocked down his 11th, going for 12 here.
Short on the free throw. Huntington able to clear. He'll go into the front court. A good job by Sumner Academy on Luster. Good move to get free. Into the lane, kicks it, Luster.
Good rotation by Sumner's defense.
Well off. Faison clears the rebound. Byers collects the loose ball all the way to the basket.
You see Atchison start to get frustrated, kind of complaining at every call right now.
Byers out of control a little bit there. Got all the way to the basket. But he will go to the free throw line.
You got to look at it. Atchison sitting on 36 points right now. Came in averaging 77.6 points a ball game.
Free throw is no good. They're going to have to do something. They needed something to get a spark. They can't even make a bucket to get their trap set up at this point. So you might see Coach Hall taking some timeouts or something after a make to try and get things set.
When we look at Luster, I mean, he's sitting on 6 points, averaging 16.2 a game. Only ones anywhere near to what they average is Huntington.
Gill coming into the front court now, looking to get things going. Huntington working against Faison. Runner up, good. Nice looking shot there, and there's the timeout by Coach Hall.
I'll tell you what, also Huntington's been one of the few that's really been aggressive, looking for a shot, going towards the basket.
All right, this is David Brock, SHUKC's Game of the Week. We'll be right back. This is David Brooks with SHUKC's Basketball Game of the Week. Due to a power outage, we were not able to capture the remaining part of the fourth quarter, but we were able to get back online to have an interview with Coach Parra, and you'll see the final of the game just after the interview.
And we're back. It's the post-game show of SHUKC's High School Basketball Game of the Week on This TV. And I'm talking here with Coach Darren Parra. Coach, let me shake your hand. Great win tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It was a 62-47 ball game. Let's talk a little bit about in the first quarter. Derek Sykes got his 2 fouls and went out. But you guys went on a run. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think everybody kind of realized, when Derek goes out, everybody else has got to step up because, he's kind of the motor that gets us going. He came out with a lot of energy. He was in the passing lanes, and his defense was really good on 33. When he picked up his 2 fouls, I think everybody just kind of realized, hey, we all got to step up and pick it up. And that's what they did. Collectively, they just said, hey, we're going to try to do this without him.
At that time, Faison really came in, gave you some lifts, a couple putbacks on the board, and knocked some big free throws down for you. Talk about Johns Marshall. He played a tremendous game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
tonight.
Johns is our general. He gets a lot of the credit when we win and a lot of the blame when we lose. That's the life of the point guard, and he's really good. He came in and he didn't turn the ball over, and he really guarded number 5 about as good as I've seen. Gill's awfully tough. I saw him carve up Washington on Tuesday, so I was really worried about him. But, Johns was really steady all game, and I got him breathers when I could. And, it's obvious when he goes out of the game, we lose our flow on offense, and we're not really in the right spots on defense. He's kind of our leader out there.
Talk to me a little bit about that sophomore combo from Atchison. How did you – they didn't have a great shooting night tonight. Talk about the defense scheme that you have for them.
Well, they're tough. I mean, they're really, really tough. They're small, but they're so quick, and they can get their shot off. And Gill gets in the lane almost whenever he wants. you know, our plan was to crowd them. Our plan was, you know, they run a lot of ball screens for Gil, and our plan was to hedge it and screen, and then either trap it hard or just switch it all completely. And our bigs did really well. Diamante got in a little foul trouble there, trying to too much on the switch. But and you know, on the other guard, Luster, we just tried to get out of hand and put a hand in his face and make him push a little farther than he wants to. He's got range from about 22. We wanted to make sure he shot from more than like 23, 24, and 25 feet.
Did a great job. You did mention Diamante. Talk about him and Bill Berry. To me, they played a good game tonight, helping control the boards and being able to switch on those screens.
Yeah, they both played really well. You know, they're not the strongest of guys, but, you know, they're really quick and agile on their feet, so it allows us to switch a lot of ball screens because they're so quick and they're so agile. So, I mean, they do a lot defensively for us. And then offensively, they're very aggressive getting rebounds and putbacks. And, you know, they're just a good combination. They work really well together. You know, they're a good combination when they get things going well. When they play with a lot of energy, they're awfully good.
Well, Coach, we got to go. But before we do,
yeah.
I got to ask you about upcoming. You got Wyandotte coming up Tuesday.
Yep.
Give us a little bit about that one.
Well, Wyandotte's probably got the best player in the league in Nunley. And, you know, and Bass is awfully good, too. And Tatum's really good. And Dale, it's going to be really tough. You know, they got a lot of good guards. And, you know, we're bigger than they are. We got to get healthy. You know, Derek, you know, pulled his groin, didn't play much in the second half. You know, we got to see where we're at tomorrow with him. And, you know, Wyandotte, a lot of people have picked Wyandotte to win the league this year. So, and I'm included in that. So, you know, it's going to be a road test. It's going to be awfully tough for us.
Well, what we do know is you never look past Sumner.
No. Well.
You never look past Sumner.
Yeah.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Right. Thank
and
you.
good luck
Appreciate
for the rest
it.
of the season.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it, Moses.
No problem. Thank you. And
Thank
this will end us here on SHUKC's Friday night, or excuse me, SHUKC's high school basketball game of the week on This TV.